18.
Chapter
18. Text 18. Nate sayanasya nirudamyasya brahmanmahatmo dasaiva bhoga abhagino ayam tava vipradeha pivadatasthadpadana khyamam chet. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. O Brahmana, full in knowledge of transcendence, you have nothing to do, and therefore you are lying down. It is also understood that you have no money for sense enjoyment. How then has your body become so fat? Under these circumstances, if you do not consider my question impudent, kindly explain how this has happened. Those engaged in spiritual advancement take food only once, either in the afternoon or in the evening. If one takes food only once, naturally he doesn't become fat. The learned sage, however, was quite fat, and therefore Prahlad Maharaj was much surprised. Because of being experienced in self-realization, a transcendentalist certainly becomes bright-faced, and one who is advanced in self-realization must be considered to possess the body of a Brahmana. Because the bright-faced saintly person was lying down and not working, and it was quite fat, Prahlad Maharaj was puzzled and wanted to question him about this. While he was gone out of his capital to meet saintly persons, he met such a saintly person who was lying down on the ground, doing nothing, not moving at all. Even he was not endeavoring to get his food. Still, that saintly person was looking fat. So Prahlad Maharaj was puzzled. How is this? That this saintly person, this sadhu, was not doing anything, even not endeavoring for his food, but looks so fat. That was his puzzle, Prahlad Maharaj's puzzle. And the face of that sadhu, saintly person, was looking very bright. All them. That was the proof that he was a great saintly person, greatly elevated person in the spiritual path. Otherwise, the face wouldn't have looked so bright. And another point of view is that those who are engaged in spiritual sadhana, they take only one meal a day. They eat once a day. They never eat so much, so many times also. If someone takes very little food, how is it that he becomes so fat? That was another point of view of his puzzle. So, Prahlad Maharaj was inquiring to know the real fact. The spiritual thing, which is quite opposite to the material thing. Material and spiritual are quite contradictory. Quite opposite. Here in this material world, there are conditioned souls. Those are conditioned by material nature. They are here. They have developed this bodily conception of life. They have buddhi. They think that the body is the soul, They have no knowledge about the soul, real self. They are devoid of the spiritual knowledge. Everything is judged here from this bodily conception of life. Nothing is judged. The spiritual conception of life, because this is material world. So it is quite natural to ask such question. How is it that the sadhu has become so fat? This is the natural question. Now, that spiritual, that central person will answer the queries. What you will speak, that will come up. Following verses. And one important point is here, that this inquiry. One must inquire, one must know very clearly. One must dispel his doubts very clearly. He should be free from all doubts. Otherwise, person cannot make any advancement in spiritual path. In Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the doubts are said to be like demons. Arjuna had many doubts, so Arjuna was inquiring, asking many questions to the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. And Krishna was answering those questions. Thereby, Krishna was dispelling the doubts, clarifying the doubts of Arjuna. Arjuna addressed Krishna as Madhusudana. Madhusudana means the killer of the demon Madhu. Is Krishna Madhusudana. So doubts are like demons. So here the scheme, Krishna, please kill such demon, such doubts, are like demons. So he addressed Madhusudana. And Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, gave quite befitting answers from the spiritual point of view. And Arjuna was very much satisfied. All his doubts were dispelled. All his delusions were also gone. He very clearly could understand the fact, getting answers from Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. At the last part of 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna also asked Arjuna, have all your questions answered? Have all your doubts dispelled, clarified? Have you heard with much attention what I told you? He asked all these questions. Then he asked, now you may do whatever you like. Yada ichhosi tadha kuru. Because Krishna has granted minute independence to the living entity. Minute independence. He doesn't want to interfere into the independence he has granted. So, therefore he says, Jatha ichhosi tadha kuru. Now you may do whatever you like. Because to serve Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, should base on love. pure love. There is no compulsion. There is no forcing at all. This is known as loving service. Premamui Shiva, loving service. Unless there is independence, unless the service is done spontaneously out of love, it couldn't be loving service. It is loving service. Therefore, independence has been given. So Krishna said, Dadhai chose Dadhai. Whatever you like, you may do. Arjuna was very intelligent. He was devotee, dear devotee of Krishna. Bhakta Shime, Priya Shime, Sakha Shime. Repeatedly, many times, Krishna said that you are my dear devotee. You are my dear friend. Yes, sir. So, a devotee, dear devotee of Krishna is not an ignorant fool. He is an intelligent person. Generally, devotees are intelligent persons. Their intelligence is pure intelligence, not impure intelligence, not material intelligence. It's pure intelligence. And pure intelligence comes from Krishna. This comes from Krishna. Dadami buddhi yogam tam tesam sattva-yuktanam dadatam pritipuddhakam dadami buddhi yogam tam jana mang pujanti te. In 10th chapter, Bhagavad Gita, Krishna said this thing. I give them intelligence. So devotees, those who are constantly attached to me, engaged in my loving service, doing my bhajan, I give them intelligence. The intelligence comes from Krishna, it's pure intelligence. You understand? Material intelligence is not pure intelligence. Avisuddha buddhaya. He said avisuddha buddhaya, impure intelligence. That's material intelligence. So devotees are generally very intelligent, and their intelligence is pure intelligence. So they can understand things. So Arjuna, being a pure devotee of the Lord, he said, Nastamoha smriti labdha prasadat mayachyuta sthita smigata sandeha karisya vachanam tava. O Achyuta, O infallible one, O Lord, by your mercy, tat prasadat, all my doubts are dispelled. All my delusions are gone. Nastamoha. Now I can remember my relationship with you. Nastamoha smriti labdha tat prasadat maya sthita smigata sandhya. All my doubts are dispelled. Karisya vachanam tava. Now I'll do what you say. He said. That means now Arjuna is prepared to fight. He could understand that this is the desire of Krishna to fight and to kill the opponents. Now he is prepared. Nastamoha smriti labdhata prasadat maya chita sthita smigata sanya karisya vadanam tava. This is intelligence. This is pure intelligence. One who has pure intelligence, he can understand what Krishna desires, because pure intelligence comes from Krishna. Indra paramana manasata para buddhi ja buddhi paratasa. The story of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Mind is superior to the other senses. Mind is the chief of the senses. And superior to mind is buddhi, intelligence. That's stated in Srimad Bhagavad Gita. But pure intelligence, there are two types of intelligence. impure intelligence and pure intelligence. In material field, in material sphere of life, we find so many intelligent persons. They are materially intelligent. They are very expert persons. They work with much intelligence. And generally, people think themselves to be intelligent. But in spiritual point of view, they are not intelligent at all. Their intelligence is impure intelligence, not pure intelligence. Those who are dear devotees of the Lord, they have pure intelligence. They are really intelligent persons. They are never attached to the fruitive activities or material enjoyment. They are always engaged in loving service of the Lord. That is the real intelligence. Jai jana bhaje Krishna se bado chatu. Jai jana bhaje Krishna se bado chatu. He is intelligent who does Krishna bhajan. He is intelligent. Outwardly, or apparently, or in material consideration, he may be very, very unintelligent person. Very, very unintelligent person. Those who are materialists, they think that such person is very unintelligent because he is not doing anything. He is not doing any material activity. He is only doing Krishna bhajan, giving up all his material relationships, attachment, leaves home, goes to a secluded place, and sits there and does only Krishna bhajan. So, in material consideration, people think, yes, worthless fellow. He cannot do anything. He has no intelligence. He cannot manage his family. So he left his family, everything, and just goes there, sits there, and does Krishna bhajan. And doing bhajan. Generally, the materially intoxicated persons think like that. But really he is a very intelligent person. Because he is doing Krishna bhajan. Because the relationship with Krishna is the only relationship. Mukhya samandha. Krishna ji mukhya samandha. As an eternal relationship and the principal relationship. The other relationships that we find here in this material world are not real relationships. There are 5 types of relationships here in this material world. Pita putra samandha, pati patni samandha, prabhu bhrutya samandha, bandhu bandhava samandha, parapara samandha. These 5 types of relationships are there in this material world. Relationship between father and son, relationship between husband and wife, relationship between master and the servant, relationship between friend and friend, and other relationships. These 5 types of relationships are there in this material world. But if these relationships are not based on the relationship of Krishna, these relations create much trouble. Nobody can get real happiness out of these relationships if it is not based on relationship of Krishna. So devotee, being really intelligent, he always establishes his relationship with Krishna, and this relationship is established on the base of the relationship of Krishna. Saitya samandha samandha amar. All acharyas, Vaishnava-acharyas, like Bhakti Vinod Thakur, they have said this thing. Saitya samandha samandha amar. I have established that relationship with you, and all relationships here in the material world are established on the basis of that relationship with Krishna. Bhakti Vinod Thakur has said that. Saitya samandha samandha amar. This is real intelligence. And a devotee establishes all his relationships on the base of the relationship of Krishna. So he is always happy, he is always cheerful, he looks bright-faced. So he does not think materially, he does everything for the pleasure of Krishna. Thereby he develops a spiritual body. A spiritual body. Material body is turned into spiritual body. The material body has four necessities. Ahar, nidra, bhaya, eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. The four necessities of this material body. Material body requires food. Material body wants rest, sleeping. It requires sleeping. And material body needs this mating, sexual enjoyment. And the materialist, and you will also, you might have heard the so-called materialistic persons, in other words, those who are doctors, medical practitioners. They say this is a biological need, a sexual enjoyment, biological need is required, they say. If there is some deficiency, we find in many cases people are getting mad, growing mad, becoming mad, because they cannot get this sexual enjoyment. So they become mad. I've seen many such persons. If you analyze the cause of the madness of certain persons, you find that cause is there. It's cause of sexual enjoyment. So he has become mad. But because these are the need of the material body. But in spiritual body, no such necessities are there. One who develops spiritual body, one who makes much advancement in spiritual path, it's quite natural. He will never hanker after this food, filling his belly. There is no need of food at all. In that body, food is something different. That is different food. That food, what is that? It's Krishna Katha. This is the food. This is food of the soul. Jayatma suprasidati. You understand? Jayatma suprasidati. Sabai punsa paradharma. Jato bhakti radhokhyadi. Ahetikya pratiyata. Jayatma suprasidati. Srimad Bhagavatam says. Where is the pleasure of the soul? Where is the pleasure of the soul? And what is the pleasure of the soul? One should understand. Jayatma Sukha. Jato bhakti radokyate. If someone will be engaged in the service, loving service of the Lord, he will be happy. He will get pleasure. That is the pleasure of the soul. You see. But the pleasure of this metal body is these four things. Ahar, Nidra, Bhav, Maituna. If someone can get with nice palatable dishes, he will be happy. Oh, nice food. He gets pleasure. If someone gets nice place to sleep, air-conditioned room, nice soft cushion, like that, he gets happy, alive, pleasuring. I have a very pleasurable sleep, you see. He said. If someone gets very nice sexual enjoyment, oh, I am very happy. Nice, you see. Someone has nice weapons to protect the self, you see, self. Atmaraksha, you see. Then he is happy. But in spiritual field, these things are not necessary at all. That is not the pleasure of the spiritual body. The pleasure of the spiritual body is to be engaged in the loving service of the Lord. So, apparently or outwardly, though devotees, their devotees of the Lord, seem to be doing nothing, as the case here, in this sadhu, he is not doing anything, he is even not moving, just lying on the ground as a python, as a Gour, you see. He never endures for his food. Automatically, whatever comes to him, he eats. If nothing comes to him, he doesn't eat. Still looks so bright face, so happy, so cheerful. His body has become so fat. How is it? Therefore, Prahlad Maharaj is now inquiring what is the reason. Prahlad Maharaj was puzzled and wanted to question him about this. Now, the sadhu will answer. That will come up in following verses. So it is said, Vaishnava Kriyamudra Vijnana Bujhoy. One is a real Vaishnava sadhu. You cannot understand him by his outward activities. By his activities, you cannot. By his dealings, outward dealings or activities, you cannot understand him at all. Vaishnava Kriyamudra Vijnana Bujhoy. Because your material calculations, your material intelligence will never help you to understand a real sadhu and Vaishnava. It requires something else, different thing. Spiritual consideration, spiritual vision. One must develop spiritual vision, Divyachakshyu. One who has this pure intelligence, he can understand. He can understand who is the real sadhu. And here, the conditioned souls are very apt to see these outward things. Oh, this sadhu looks so fat. Oh, he must be eating so much. He must be a bhogi person. So how is this sadhu? Sadhu looks so fat. Oh, this sadhu is not doing anything. He's alive there. So he is a very lazy fellow. He must be a very lazy fellow. How is a sadhu? Sadhu is not a lazy fellow. We have these considerations, material considerations, because we are conditioned souls. We have the material senses, material mind. All the considerations are material considerations. That will never help you to understand the real sadhu. How can you know? How can one understand the real sadhu? How can you see a sadhu? Can you see a sadhu by your these eyes? Mental vision? No. If someone outwardly putting on matted hair, remaining naked, smearing ashes, whole body, someone thinks, oh, it's great sadhu. It's great sadhu. No. You are mistaken. You cannot understand a sadhu or recognize a sadhu by his outward appearance. No, you can't do it. You cannot see a sadhu through your vision, this mental vision. No. So it is said, one can see a sadhu through ears. Through ears. How is it? Can ear see? We can see through our eyes. But how is it that one can see sadhu through ears? Yes, that's a fact. If sadhu opens his mouth, when sadhu starts speaking, he'll speak on Krishna, on Srimad Bhagavatam. Krishna Katha. That is the real identification of the sadhu. Speaks Krishna Katha always. Never speaks anything else. That is the real identification of the sadhu. That is good. We are seeing that Brahmins, central learned Brahmins, sadhu, looking outwardly, apparently fat. So many doubts have arisen in the mind of Prahlad Maharaj. So he was inquiring. So one should inquire. Then one is intelligent person, really intelligent. He'll inquire, he'll dispel his doubts and understand things clearly. Don't cherish any doubtful questions in your mind, and if you don't clarify those doubts, sansayatma vinasyati. Gita says, sansayatma vinasyati. Then you will perish. You will never make any advancement in spiritual path. Dispel all your doubts by inquiry. Siddhana, Jigyasu, Sansayatma, Siddhana, Sansayatma, Asiddhana Purusha Manga Prapya Nivartanti Mrityu Sansara Vartmani. That's stated in Srimad Bhagavatam. Those who are doubtful persons, Sansayatma, those who have never developed in faith in me, in Sadhu Shastra Guru, they cannot make any advancement in spiritual life. Life after life, they will fall down here in this material world. Mrityu Sansara. They cannot make any advancement. They cannot trade the path, the spiritual path. They cannot trade it. So one should dispel doubts by inquiry. There should be no tinge of doubt at all, free from doubt, clearly, completely. Then you get a favorable atmosphere to make advancement in spiritual path. Otherwise you cannot do it. So we should learn this thing from this topic. The inquiry is most important thing. Jivasya tattva jigyāsanārtha tasceho karma bhi. Srimad Bhagavatam says, Jivasya tattva jigyāsanārtha tasceho karma bhi. When you have been given this human body, form of life, given this human body, this is your only business. You should inquire. Tattva jigyāsa. You should inquire. You have many doubts concerning the spiritual matters. So dispel all those doubts by proper inquiry from a bona fide person. Ask him, dispel your doubts. That is the only business of this human form of life, the human being. This Bhagavatam says. Now, Lord Maharaja was inquiring. That's scientific answer. Then all his doubts will be clarified. All right. Give them. If such material person comes, then my Guru Maharaj gives us, give them, feed nicely, give them nice prasad, sweet, very palatable prasad. Give him garland, whole garland, put it on his neck. Give a nice seat. Make all these things. So please, I have gone to Sadhu. The Sadhu gave me all these things, nice food, flower garland, and he also gave me much honor. So I'll donate this much. All right, I'll donate 1 lakh rupees, 2 lakhs. All right. Strict. Anyhow, Sadhu never thinks anything ill of somebody. Anyhow, he serves a sadhu, he gets the result. You understand? He gets the result. It's also stated. Sadhu abhisapai asipa. If sadhu curses somebody, still it is blessing. It is blessing. The curse of sadhu is also blessing. That's why. But there is nothing bad. Sadhu never thinks anything ill of somebody. You see, his cursing is also blessing. Nadamuni cursed Nala Kuvera, Monigriva, 2 sons of Kuvera. That's a blessing. They were born as Arjuna, trees in the courtyard of Nanda Maharaj, and they could meet Krishna. They couldn't have done so. So, this how is the blessing. Like Sadhura Abhisapi Asad.
Time for one question.
Yes.
You just said that we cannot understand a sadhu by our material senses,
Yes.
but only by his mercy.
Mm.
Then why is it that we can understand a sadhu by inquiry? You said we have to inquire to
Yeah.
understand.
If you develop some doubt, you should inquire and clarify your doubts.
So how can we clarify with our material senses? If we inquire
How?
with our material senses.
You see, how Prahlad Maharaj is now inquiring. Thereby he teaches. You develop some doubt. Don't keep it in you.
Sorry?
Don't keep it in you. Clarify it. Express those doubts and clarify. And put those questions and doubts before a bona fide person who knows truth. Listen to him and dispel your doubts. Therefore, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Sansayatma vinasyati. When Sansayatma is a doubtful person, always doubtful, he'll perish. You'll never make any advancement in spiritual path. You understand? So doubts should be clarified. Unless you inquire how your doubts should be clarified, you should inquire. You should ask. I have this doubt. So, humbly, much humbly, please excuse me if I am wrong. I am an ignorant fool. In this way, humble way you ask. You understand? That is Vaishnava etiquette, you see. I may be wrong because I am a conditioned soul. Oh sir, I have this doubt. Please clarify. Then clarify. You understand? Now, Prahlad Maharaj is inquiring. It's much very humbleness. You understand? That is the real intelligence. If of any doubt, there should be not a tinge of doubt in the mind or heart. Clarify it clearly. Otherwise, you cannot make any advancement. You cannot tread this path, this spiritual path. You understand? You cannot tread this path at all. Yes. Unless you are free from all doubts. All your material calculations, material considerations, material intelligence.
So the question is that he said that if one wants to go back to Krishna, he has to approach a spiritual master, bona fide spiritual master.
Unless he is Samadhikari, you see, he cannot lead you to the lotus feet of Krishna. That is the ultimate destination, you see. A Kanishta Adhikari, a Madhyama Adhikari, they have not gone there. They are in the halfway or in some partial distance they have traded. How can they lead? They have lead their disciples to the extent they have gone. They cannot lead to this supreme destination that is the lotus feet of Krishna because they are not gone. The Guru must be Uttamadhikari. You understand? Or any question, more questions?
He's asking if you are Uttamadhikari.
If?
He's asking if you are... Yes.
I am not a Kanishta Adhikari also. I am less than that. I am less than that. Even I am more insignificant than a worm in the stone. Do you understand? Don't consider or think that I am Uttamadhikari. You will be mistaken. Do you understand? I am very low, lowest of the low. Do you understand? You see, such questions are never asked. Who is Kanishta Adhikari? Who is Madhyama Adhikari? Who is Uttama? Symptoms are there. You should inquire about symptoms, and you should know about it. And through that symptom, you can understand. Or, that is one consideration. And most important consideration is that if you are really eager to get one, really eager, if you are really crying in your heart to get a Uttamadhikari, a bona fide person, Krishna will help you. Krishna will help you. Nobody other than Krishna. Do you understand? Do you understand? Krishna will give you intelligence. That is Badami Buddhi Yoga. So Krishna will give you intelligence. So that intelligence you can understand. Oh no, this person is Uttamadhikari. Do you understand? No material calculation, material consideration will help you. I tell you. No. You will be cheated thereby. You will be cheated thereby. Definitely. You want to be cheated, so you'll be cheated. You understand? Yes. You want to be cheated, so you are cheated. Otherwise, why will you be cheated? You understand? You should know it very clearly. If you are cheated, you have desire, you had that desire to be cheated, so you are cheated. So you are cheated. You understand? Yes. Another thing is there. And Srimad Bhagavatam said, your mind is wicked mind. Mind is wicked mind. You understand? Don't rely on your wicked mind. If you rely on a wicked mind, you'll be cheated. Definitely. You understand? That is the reason why you were cheated. Yes?
Maharaj, how can you be sure that Krishna is giving you the intelligence and that you're not relying on your wicked mind? How do you know?
Take this lesson from Srimad Bhagavatam. From Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Krishna teaches that thing. That's why you can understand, you can know. You understand? This is the only thing. When your mother said, this is your father, so you accept, your mother is the authority. There is no other question. Won't you accept it?
Well, I might say that my mother might not be telling the truth.
So you cannot make any advancement, you cannot trade the path, get out here. You have to accept the authority. You have to accept the bona fide authority. And mother is the only authority to speak about father. And if you are, without any argument, you should accept. You understand? This is principle, Papa. This is principle. Simple child, you see, small child, when he goes to the school, primary school, his father gets him admitted into the school, there is bona fide, you see, certified teachers are there, they are certified. The teachers teaches 2 and 2 is equal to 4. The child asks, yes, 2 and 2 is equal to 4. He simply accepts, no argument. Why? Why 2 and 2 is equal to 4? Why not 5? Why not 3? He never raises question. Simple accepts, 2 and 2 is equal to 4. Then someone will ask, 2 and what is the result? If 2 and 2, what is the result? What is the result? 2 plus 2 is 2 plus 2 is 4. How do you know? 2 plus 2 is 4. 2 and 2 is 4. Oh, my teacher has said. That's what my teacher has said. 2 and 2 is equal to 4. As a certified teacher, authority. I have accepted authority. So I am following the authority. You understand? Why not be 5? Why not be 3? Why not be something else? That will explain in the higher methods class, not in the initial stage. In the initial stage, accept bona fide authority. Just simply accept. You understand? And that I tell, who is real bona fide authority? We have no knowledge. We are ignorant fools. You understand? So, Krishna will help if you are really eager, if you are really crying in your heart, praying to Krishna, Krishna, please help me. So Krishna will help you. You understand? Yes. No other way is there. If you have not believe in Krishna, you will be cheated. You will be cheated. Believe in Him. You understand? Brahmanda Brahmite Kon Bhagyavan Jiva Guru Krishna Krupata Pai Bhakti Lata Vija. It is said. After wandering lakhs of universes and undergoing lakhs of spaces of life, if someone is really fortunate, you understand? Someone has acquired some ajnata sukruti, he comes to this path, spiritual path. He meets a sadhu, real sadhu. That is Krishna Krupa, the mercy of Krishna. You understand? The mercy of Krishna, one gets the bona fide sadhu or guru. The mercy of Guru, one gets Krishna. You understand? We don't know who is the real sadhu. We are ignorant fools. We are conditioned souls. We have all material calculations, material deliberations. We have material vision, everything material. How can we know a topic? You understand? So pray to Lord Krishna. From the core of your heart, cry before Krishna. The Krishna is helping. You understand? Nobody can help you. Thank you. You cannot know that.
Is it some kind of relationship between Govinda Thakur and Chintamani?
Yes. You understand? Nothing stands for.
But, for example, if different disciples after, for example, Srila Prabhupada's disciple has many of them gone away, no? Unfortunately. And then by their karma, one might go to hell, one might go to heaven, one might go stay here. So how?
Whatever that may be, they are not good disciples.
Yes.
Because
but how
for them, or in other words, they make their guru suffer by their karma, you see. They are not good disciples. Still, Guru is so kind. When he has accepted disciple, he accepts suffering. You understand? Even that disciple goes to hell, he also goes to hell. You can understand this. How kind, how merciful Guru is, and how he is accepting suffering for his disciples. You understand? But one who is a true disciple, he should not make his Guru suffer for his activity. You understand? He should give pleasure to his Guru. While act in such a way, sinful way, therefore his Guru has to go to hell, a Guru has to suffer for him. You understand? And that is disciples' responsibility and duty. That's true disciple. Let my Guru not suffer for my karma. You understand? You understand? Yes. That's true disciple. Disciple's duty is to give pleasure to Guru. Instead of giving pleasure, you are giving suffering to your Guru. You see? That's a true disciple. You understand? It's not true to become true disciple. Very important. That's why I say as Guru has a responsibility, similarly disciple has his responsibility. Yes. This is the responsibility. You understand me? Yes. And one should understand it. I should not act whimsically. No? I should not act in such a way as a result of which, as a result of my action, my Guru will suffer. No, I won't do this. That's true disciple. You understand me? Yes. It's true disciple. Sarvam, Srila Prabhupada suffered so much. Why suffer? Because of his disciples. For his disciples. Yeah. Otherwise, he would have survived, he would have completed Srimad Bhagavatam, he would have done so much, you see. Yeah. But he suffered so much, he didn't like to stay here anymore. He decided to go. So he went.
He didn't like to stay anymore?
Yeah. Krishna asked him, what do you want? You want to stay or go? Krishna asked. What do you want? I will grant. You see. When he decided to go, so Krishna took him, all right, come. You understand? Definitely.
But he had to come back anyway because he had to deliver his disciples from hell.
Yeah. Why? Is it a good thing?
No.
To drag your Guru to the hell?
No.
But when he has accepted suffering, now he will also have to accept of going to hell for his disciples. So he has accepted such disciples that they drag their Guru to the hell. What sort of disciples they are? Instead of giving pleasure to Guru, they are dragging that Guru to the hell. You see? The Guru is so kind, so merciful, he accepts all these sufferings. You see, you can understand what a Guru is. You understand,
Yeah.
Peter? Don't act whimsically. That is the responsibility of the disciple. Yeah.
Maharaj, sometimes I have the impression that through gurus one cannot make them or train them. They're coming down. They're just born. They're not like.
What?
So I think that our ISKCON society cannot produce gurus.
Huh?
They cannot produce gurus.
Produce Gurus.
They cannot be produced. They come down by the causeless mercy. They cannot be manufactured.
Yes.
But they're trying to manufacture gurus in our society.
Yeah.
Make gurus.
Yes, Guru cannot be produced. Guru has come from that land.
Yeah, right.
God's kingdom.
Yeah.
Lord's kingdom. That's right. Only he has to manifest.
Sorry?
He has to manifest himself. That is only thing.
At the same time, Prabhupada wanted every of his disciples to become guru.
Yeah.
So how can we understand this?
That means, what is the purport of saying? You can understand this in Tattva. Prabhupada wants that all of his disciples should be pure disciples. Should be pure disciples. So, they will become gurus. Mercy of their Guru. That mercy of the Guru, mercy of Srila Prabhupada. You have no qualification. The mercy of Guru, a pure devotee. Such qualities will be inculcated. You understand?
Yes.
That Prabhupada wants. That let all my disciples be pure. So they will become gurus. Unless you become pure, how can you become guru? You understand?
Yeah, but that means it is possible to manufacture a guru by being pure.
It's not question of manufacturing, it is the question of mercy. Krupa. It is no question of manufacturing. Like manufacturing in a factory. No such thing. It is mercy of Guru. If you are faithful to your Guru, obedient completely to your Guru, and you have served your Guru, and you have given pleasure to your Guru, it's quite natural that you will get the mercy of your Guru. And you will become very, very elevated, and you will become Guru. You understand? That is the purport of his saying, Prabhupada's saying.
So is it possible for us fallen Westerners to come to the highest platform in this lifetime?
Why not? If they get the real blessings and mercy of Srila Prabhupada in this very life, it is possible. Why not? If they please Prabhupada, will become true disciples. This is possible. Definitely. Why not? If they will displease their Guru, how can it be possible? If they disobey the order of their Guru, how can it be possible? You understand? That's the fact. This is most important. That previously I told that thing, that the disciples should not act in such a way as a result of which Guru will suffer. His Guru will suffer for his action. It will never please Guru. You understand? Because he is not a good disciple. He is making his Guru suffer.
Yeah. So even though some very elevated Vaishnavas in our ISKCON society, which might be born in a very degraded family, they may be Uttama Adhikari, and they may be considered to have come down to deliver fallen souls here. They may be considered to have been coming down.
If they are true.
If they are
true and pure. Yes. It's question of purity.
Just like for you, it's a bit easier to understand because you were born in a Vaishnava family. And
this will help, you see.
Yeah.
This is one of the actor who is born from their childhood is born in a Vaishnava family. Prabhupada was born in a Vaishnava family. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami is born in a Vaishnava family. That is, favorable. They got favorable circumstances, you see. But if someone gets mercy of Guru, wherever he may be born, he will be better.
Like Kaviraj Thakur.
Yes.